Yo, yo, back. Um, new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, hit those notifications, back videos I can watch. If you want me to react to part of your favorite video, let you know. DM me, let me know. You can hit me on IG. Oh, and I check it out and see. As we can see it today, talking about Megan Thee Stallion, man. And y'all, if y'all don't know, Megan Thee Stallion got this situation that's been a couple of years, Tory Lane. So, apparently, she seems like she. And this video, we gonna get into it to see why she might be cooked. He done. He over for this girl. Oh no. But we gonna get into this video right here, and we gonna see. Yeah. Alright. I don't think.
Entire trip around
All right,
Europe
there we
for
go.
this
There we
new
go.
car, and it even paid for this new house for my parents.
I bet,
And yeah,
John.
I don't.
Is coming out with
Just
now the side of the internet that saw Megan Thee Stallion side is saying, listen, all of the information that Rep Luna is coming out with has already been stated in front of the court of law, but this hasn't. His written sworn testimony hasn't. Someone that overheard something but was scared to come forward for fear of his own life and perhaps the family that he protects over, and as well as losing his job. Kelsey fired the gun, not Tory. All right, guys, the Tory Lanez Megan Thee Stallion case is absolutely heating up. And I told you guys a couple of days ago, after Representative Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna said that there was additional evidence after pressuring Gavin Newsom, the governor of the state of California, to pardon Tory Lanez. She said that there was evidence never before seen, never before released, that should have been entered. She has recently dropped some receipts on her Twitter account, so we're going to go through right now and review. Mind you, I'm gonna try to be as objective as what I possibly can. You guys already know the way that I feel about this particular case, but we're gonna go through and dissect, all right? Breaking, she writes, this is a new sworn affidavit that has emerged from Kelsey Harris' former bodyguard, and it shatters the original narrative used to convict Tory Lanez. According to the testimony, Kelsey fired the gun, not Tory. In the affidavit, the bodyguard says Kelsey Harris confessed to firing 3 shots into the air during the altercation. Tory then tried to de-escalate the situation by pushing her hand down, causing 2 more shots to accidentally fire. Now we're going to go over the affidavit right now, as well as the home footage, the security cam footage, here in a quick second. Now here is the actual affidavit. This appeal was filed by the attorneys of Tory Lanez. Now we're gonna have to remove some of the address information because it's right here, but it says here on number 4, I have firsthand knowledge of the facts in question that took place on the 2 days that Mrs. Kelsey Harris testified, which was December 14th and 15th, 2022, which is the basis of the above cited proceedings. Now I know this is small, guys, bear with me. I actually don't know how to zoom in yet on this on these Apple products, but it says I work for Elite Security Incorporated for approximately 2 years and longer than this for the owner of this company on various similar projects. Ms. Kelsey Harris hired Elite Security to accompany her to the court 2 days she was testifying. This is the only time she has been a client. I have not worked for Daystar Peterson nor Megan Pete. Number 7, I heard these statements as we were in the car getting a bite to eat after court. We went to a restaurant named Fixings. Number 8, Miss Harris and the father of her child were the only people in the car. She later also said similar statements to her attorney of record in front of the courthouse and in the cafeteria. She was nervous and speaking generally, asking questions. Her lawyer was telling her it would be okay and she could plead the fifth if she was uncomfortable. Number 9, I heard Miss Harris's question. How can I not tell on myself, she said, and how am I protected if I tell certain things? This gives you a lot more information into why she was seeking immunity.
And they both need to go to jail, man.
The father of the child explained immunity to her. It writes, Number 10, at Fixings, Miss Harris stated that she shot the gun 3 times in the air, and Daystar Peterson ran up to her and grabbed her arm, pushing it down, causing the gun to fire twice more. 11, I have not said these statements until now, as I have heard rumors of the threats that others had received from being involved in this case. Also, I did not want to lose my employment as I rely on such to care for my children. I was trying not to eavesdrop, but I cannot help but overhear these statements. Number 12, generally, elite security does follow confidentiality, yet we do not have such an agreement on file, and I decided to come forward as this has been weighing on my conscience, and I have decided the right thing to do is to come forward with this information. This is a sworn affidavit, and it says, the bottom respectfully submitted on the 28th day of August 2024 with Brady James's name signed. Now, the side of the internet that's on Megan Thee Stallion's side is saying, listen, all of the information that Rep. Luna is coming out with has already been stated in front of the court of law, but this hasn't. His written sworn testimony hasn't. Someone that overheard something but was scared to come forward for fear of his own life and perhaps the family that he protects over, and as well as losing his job. Congresswoman Luna then goes on to write, this claim matches the Ring camera audio from the night of the incident. We're going to go over that. 3 shots, a pause, 2 more shots. There is no dance be heard. There is no admission from Tory. Only the sound of a chaotic moment. Now that aligns with this new.
Everybody be asking me, man, does the Bluetooth actually work?
Bro, you
Dance bitch is crazy.
get a month for
Sworn statement. So let's review this video right here. 3 shots. Then this 2. Let's listen one more time. Now, what's interesting about the audio is that between the first 3 shots and then the next 2 shots, there's something that's being said. Now, it either sounds like stop it, but it can also sound like dance B. But there are people on the internet that's saying that that's the dance B that Megan Thee Stallion said Tory screamed in the moment of firing.
Everything happens so fast. And all I hear is this man screaming, he said, dance, bitch. And he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God.
To me, it sounds like stop it, all right? So if we listen to the testimony from the security guard, Kelsey starts firing into the air.
That's crazy.
Tory says stop it, runs over, tries to put his hand to lower it, and then 2 more shots ring off. She follows up. The original DNA report from the firearm, it showed Tory Lanez was excluded as a match for the magazine and inconclusive on the gun. Now, if he did fire 5 shots, one of these would have, at least one of these would have come up as a match. Both of them should have come up as a match, but with no match for the magazine, inconclusive for DNA on the gun, without the firearm in the courtroom, without bullets being found, this is just coming across as even more fishy.
That's the thing.
She goes on to say this supports the theory that
I didn't find gun prints. I didn't find fingers. gun prints. Two finger gun. But you charge him because you unsmoked him. If I go to a gun range, I'm firing off a Glock, an automatic Glock. And let's say my girlfriend beside me, right? And I shoot it. Smoke that comes out. She's standing next to me. Touches my hand while the smoke is coming. Y'all gonna say that she the one that got the gun? Got on articles, got. I'm gonna just go off. Focus was Shorty that. Motherfuckers was right. She was right there. I'm
That someone else, parentheses Kelsey, fired it, especially with her confession and the matching shot pattern on the audio. In previously deleted posts, Megan Thee Stallion has been on record saying that she was walking away from the situation. She was walking away from the car, and then she heard the shots. But at the same junction, she was shot in the back of her feet. How do you get shot in the back of your feet, but you know who shot you? Makes no sense.
I was walking away from the car and I got shot in the back of my foot. She doesn't ever show the other foot that she claims she got shot in. And I'm not trying to, again, I hate that this is coming off like I'm trying to come for her and whatever cases, but this is what I'm having to endure and watch when I'm knowing certain facts. The other way, how can you even identify criminal or malicious intent if you're not seeing what's going on behind you? It doesn't even make sense. And so it's like, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, yo, this is not right. Like, and I do see when people are getting at her, and there's times when I'm like, damn, like, do I help her or do I speak up and say, yo, don't talk about her, whatever the case is, but if I do that, then it's like I'm coming off like I'm guilty. And then if I say something about having remorse, like I would like to, or saying something about certain things, it's like I come off like I'm guilty of something that I didn't do. So I had to be quiet on certain places. Now, I need y'all to really take this in and understand like how this works at this point.
She goes on to say that the forensic evidence tells the real story here. The firearm had 4 DNA profiles, 2 male and 2 female. The main male contributor, 90%, was not Tory. 0 fingerprints from Tory. 0% of Tory's DNA on the magazine. Just a 0.01% chance of Tory's DNA on the firearm. Kelsey Harris had gunshot residue on her hands, but her DNA and fingerprints were never tested. So now we have a sworn affidavit from Kelsey's own bodyguard, driver.
Bro, we gonna play this back again. I just said this. We gonna play that back again. Gun had 4 DNA profiles. Sales to main male contributor was not Tory. Then 0 fingerprints from Tory. Then 0% of Tory's DNA. I just got finished explaining of how if I'm at the and I got my put in the gun, put her hand on my hand, touch my hand, and unsmoke. That means she still got the gun. It says just a 0.01% chance of Bruh, y'all already said the nigga fingerprints wasn't on. His fingerprints didn't touch the bitch. He never touched the gun. He didn't put nothing on it. Your DNA is part of your... your DNA is residence with your fingerprint. So, again, 0% of Toy's DNA was on the magazine and 0 fingerprint. Why are you trying to make it seem there is a... No, bruh. I know he didn't do it. Y'all already got more evidence before this one to show that he... Why y'all trying to be... They goofy shit for putting this just 0.01. Come on, fool. So, it says, Kelsey Harris had a gunshot residue on her hand for her DNA and ain't she a suspect, bruh? Ain't the victim she didn't get shot? So shouldn't she be a suspect? Everyone that was surrounded in the gun incident that's not the person who got shot is most likely should be a suspect, right? Right? Y'all agree with me, right? Why does she has residue on her hands or her DNA and fingerprints were never tested? But y'all tested him? Bruh, I'm gonna be honest. Background, right? Also in liquor involved, a gun involved. First person they so yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Bro, like they really wild for this, bro. It is wow. That's how you can tell they did not do nothing thorough at all. They just locked this nigga up. Can't excuse the shit that he did in the past, but we ain't talk. But this ain't the topic. This is, and this is wild. Come on, it's crazy, bro. I didn't get her fingerprint. Now this is just on the internet. I don't know if this is actually true or not, so I'm not just gonna go off just what I see. How do you motherfuckers just go off anything? But I'm saying that this is a true fact. Again, this is a true fact, bro. They wicked. They wicked. Ain't no way this shit should have got through. No way.
Tested. So now we have a sworn affidavit from Kelsey's own bodyguard, driver, audio footage that confirms the bodyguard's account, DNA evidence that doesn't place Tory as the shooter, and yet he still sits in prison. This is no longer justice. This is a miscarriage of it. Free Tory Lanez. She stood up on business again and added Governor Newsom. Now, what's super important within all of this, as we all are beginning to understand this new information, is what did Kelsey say during testimony 3 years ago? Let's cross-reference the two.
But he's saying it loud, and so Megan can hear this. So that kind of stirred her back up. So now they're arguing back together. At this point, it's uncontrollable. Can't stop it.
And do you remember anything at this point that was being said between them?
At this point, they're arguing about each other's artistry as a career as an artist. She's telling him like you're only this and that because you're on a remix with
Patty
Harlow. And he's telling her things about her career as an artist, which I can't remember what he was telling her, but they just started hitting each other with their careers as an artist. So now we're at the final, the next stop where the incident occurs. And this time Tory demands Quan to let us out. He's like, let these hoes out, let these bitches out the car. This is my car. And so we're like, okay, we'll get out. So he pulled the car over, and Megan jumps out of her seat, which is the front seat. I open up my door, which I'm behind Megan. And when you're getting out of a vehicle, you're not really just like looking at any direction. You're just kind of getting out the vehicle, Especially we didn't expect anything to happen next, so we're just getting out the vehicle. I get out of my side. No sooner do you know, you start hearing gunshots going off. I look up about it was 5 gunshots. I look up maybe at the second and third gunshot. That's when I look up, and you see Tory. He's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over. It was very smooth transition because we didn't hear it, I didn't hear it, and he's leaning over the.
Mean that she didn't hear it. Just said. Hold on, y'all. My fault, y'all, but back to the. My fault, y'all. My fault, y'all. Hold on. Y'all pay attention to what she just talked about getting out the car. Hearing gunshot. Then just said didn't hear it. Y'all gotta pay attention to how people talk, bro. I'm telling y'all, like, pay attention.
Start hearing gunshots going off. I look up about maybe you start hearing gunshots.
Yeah, you start hearing gunshots.
Gunshots going off. I look up about it was 5 gunshots.
She said exactly how many gunshots.
At the second and third gunshot. That's when I look up, and you see Tory. He's now in the front seat. I guess he must have jumped over. It was very smooth transition because we didn't hear it, I didn't hear it, and he's leaning over.
I didn't hear. Describing what's going. Questionable. Again, like I said, I don't know earlier that post was 100% factual. Like I said, that's wild. No DNA, no fingerprint. What? Ooh, what? I took law class and in college. Like, that's OC. That's crazy.
The door's open.
If that's true.
And he's leaning over, like, the window.
Which door? Is it the rear
right,
door?
the front right. So where Megan was sitting.
Okay, so his door's open.
My door's open in the back, and the front door is open to where Megan got out. The front right passenger.
Both doors on the passenger side.
So he said, get these bees out the car, and then just started to fire on Megan?
Are open, correct. So
that's another questionable. He told him to get the fuck out. Look, like I said earlier, Corey has some bad shit in the past. As a man myself, I don't condone goofy stuff. Feel me? We don't do that on this channel. We hold people accountable on this channel. Men and women hold people accountable for their actions. But this shit right here, yeah, this ain't cool, cuz.
And is he shooting through the window or over the top of the door?
No, he's shooting over the top of the door. So
over the top of the door would be the rear passenger door?
The right front
Okay.
passenger. So, again, as I said, he must have jumped, or I don't know how he did it, and he was leaning over the front passenger door.
Where are you standing at this point?
At this point, I'm standing kind of like my body's still like to the side behind the door, the rear passenger door. So I would say like my left side was the rear passenger, and my right side was.
I'm gonna give y'all the perfect. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not telling the truth. telling y'all she's not telling the truth because when I was a kid, and I know when I fucked up in this, got caught, I tried to overly explain the whole situation, stuttering and shit. I've learned this technique when people. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of y'all might come to her defense and say she's not lying. I'm telling y'all, this woman is lying. It's OCD lying at this point. I used to do it as a kid, bro. I'm telling y'all, this woman is lying. Like, out of her ass, she's lying. So, y'all can dog me if y'all want to, but I'm just keeping shit P. You feel me? Keep shit P on this shit. Alright, you hear me?
This game,
Ass is crazy.
you're not ready.
Kind of like this. Like, this is the door, and
Are you still partially in the car at this point?
no, I'm out of the vehicle. I'm out of the vehicle. I'm just not around my door yet.
Yeah.
So,
You know, where's Megan?
so I was about to speak on Megan. So she was walking away when this happened, but by the third, fourth shot, and by the time I look up, she's facing towards us, and I've described it like a deer in headlights. I'm short. I'm 4'11". The vehicle is kind of a little raised up, higher than me, so I can't really see. I can only see from her chest up. That's all I can see.
You didn't spend the night at the jail, right?
Definitely spent the night. Well, I mean, I was there all night.
It was that same night, though.
Oh yes, that
Yeah.
same.
So
that
then
same,
you got released like
that
after
morning.
several hours that
Correct.
morning. Okay.
What does her?
At some point, you make a trip over the hospital,
matter.
correct?
So when I get released, they released me and Quan together, and outside of the jail, Quan said he made a comment and was like, "Money talks" or something similar to those words. I don't know. I was confused. He also said that Tori was trying to protect me, and I said, "Protect me from what?" He's like, "You'll find out later." Like, everybody was playing mind games with me. I don't know what's going on. We went to the hospital. I sat outside.
Maybe he was trying to protect your ass from jail. Now, verbatim, people are definitely coming with the notion that her, not Tory, it was her. Some people said this before a lot of people was on Tory's ass about this whole situation banged out. Some people were thinking it was her all along. Right? I'm not gonna lie, like the way how you tell a certain story about something that happened, it's like, especially traumatic, it's like once you get to the point you know you can explain it, it's like you have a certain look in your where you live in that shit all over again, not talking about it, not crying about this shit. You know, nobody died or anything. It's still a little traumatic incident. But something wrong. In fact, not even just getting caught doing it. Something wrong. About to get in trouble. Bro, you probably fathom the thing to make them believe. Because you don't believe. You have to make. Because you already know. That's exactly what. No bullshit. And that's just my opinion.
Hospital, like I was not outside the room or anything. I was actually outside, sitting in the car on the street.
Okay.
She said that Megan couldn't have guests, so I thought that was accurate. I thought that was true. I'm still sitting in the car. I received a call from a jail. Didn't think that it was Tory because I actually knew somebody in jail, and he had called often, and I would answer his call, and so I just thought it was him because it was normal for him to call early or later. So when I answered it, it was Tory. Honestly, I know in that call he did ask where Megan was, and I believe I told him in the hospital. I believe he apologized.
And what do you think he was apologizing for?
I mean, everything that unfolded that night and the incident.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
You didn't see her at all since she went to the hospital?
No, it was.
Did you talk to Megan at least on your phone or by text at some point?
Later on in text messages, we did talk. She had finally texted me, but this is somebody that I was with for years, day to day, every day. I know her. Like, that was my best friend. I knew her like the back of my hand.
Sounds sort of like a believable story if it wasn't for the new sworn affidavit from the bodyguard. But I think it's actually crazy to think that Tory, and I know he's not a large man, right? He jumped into the front of the seat. I mean, I guess it was an SUV, so it was a little bit more clearance there, opened up the door and began to fire over the passenger door 5 times after wanting both of you guys to get out the car. It still doesn't make a lot of sense, especially when you combine it with the idea that not any of his DNA essentially was found on the gun, and he had no residue.
Exactly. Jumped in front of a SU in a spacious truck, like them black trucks that y'all be saying. Jumped in the front and shot 5 shots, bro. But he don't got no hand, bro. You grab the Glock one time and bust that joint one time. Your handprint is right there. There's no way. This makes no, bro. You have to be the dumbest nigga in the world to think that a nigga could do some shit like this and his fucking handprints is not on the gun. How? The fuck Casper did it for him? Come on, bro. Y'all gotta use y'all logic, bro. Y'all gotta use y'all head. Can't keep letting these people like trick y'all out of it, bro.
To do on him. All right, well now we have,
and like I said, don't get me wrong. Did some stuff in the past. Don't get me wrong, but this right here is crazy.
All of the cards laid out on the table of what the defense wants Tory Lanez pardon over. I put the question back into you guys, right?
Is he free?
Do you think that it is enough receipts, enough evidence for a pardoning of Tory? I personally think that it's enough to get him out of jail.
It's definitely enough to get him out.
Substantiate the new claims, specifically this new testimony from this guy who apparently was on his conscience for years now. Folly wants to come forward, and I don't know if he's come forward after seeing the stabbing of Tory Lanez, and this was kind of just this thing on his conscience, hearing 3 shots, then a pause, which corroborates the security guard story. I want to know what you guys think down in the comment box down below, and as usual, I will continue to follow up on stories like this so we can get active. All right.
Hey, told y'all I'm gonna be giving y'all these vids, giving y'all reactions. Y'all let me know in the comments, or y'all let me know on IG how many more reaction videos y'all want from me, what type of videos y'all want from me, stuff of that nature. New to the channel, like, comment, and subscribe. Hit those post notifications. Yeah, feel me. Y'all.